Want to bet your favorite horse but can't make it to the racebook? South Point Casino's Racebook has the answer. Come in and sign up for the Nevada Racebook mobile app. For just a $50 minimum deposit, you'll have the racebook right at your fingertips, no matter where you are in Nevada. It's convenient, fun, and easy to use. When you do have time to visit, South Point Casino is the perfect place to be. Our racebook is completely separate from the sportsbook and totally dedicated to the horse player. With 52 overhead TVs, free Wi-Fi, and cocktail service. Bring your tablet or smartphone and plug into the USB ports to look up your favorite handicapping website without draining your battery. Want to wager from your seat? No problem with our IPTs. Just sign up, make a deposit, and you're off to the races. Plus, you'll earn points for dining, hotel, movies, entertainment, and the spa just by using the club card when wagering. Whether you want to come in or play from the comfort of your home, South Point Casino's Racebook has you covered.
Born from the tragedy of 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation is committed to helping our nation's heroes and their families in their darkest hours. When a first responder or veteran doesn't return home and leaves behind a young family, Tunnel to Towers supports them. The foundation pays off their mortgages and lifts their financial burdens through their Gold Star Family Home Program and Fallen First Responder Home Program. Through their Smart Home Program, catastrophically injured veterans and first responders regain their independence with a mortgage-free home, specially adapted to meet their unique physical needs. Tunnel to Towers also provides housing assistance and services to our nation's homeless veterans through their Homeless Veteran Program. They are helping more than 2,000 in 2023 because no veteran should be living on the streets of the country they signed up to protect. Join Tunnel to Towers on its mission to do good and never forget 9/11 or the sacrifices made by our nation's heroes. Donate $11 a month at T2T.org. That's T2T.org.
Celebrating over 2 decades of consecutive broadcasts on the great game of horse racing in Las Vegas, the Race Day Las Vegas show thanks all of our listeners and sponsors for your appreciated support.
The following is a Race Day Las Vegas presentation in association with Siraco Productions Limited on the Race Day Las Vegas Radio Network.
Live from the gaming capital of the world, time for Race Day Las Vegas, covering the sport of kings with a Las Vegas perspective. Now to the race desk with your host, Ralph Siraco.
From the backstretch to the turf club, at the racebooks and on the internet, to all horse players around the world, a good morning. All righty. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Race Day Las Vegas radio program, coming to you live and direct from the gaming capital of the world, right here at the South Point Studios, here at the South Point Hotel Casino on the fabulous Strip. We're here on this Friday. It is, thank goodness it's Friday, and we're moving into the weekend here after the holiday and all that. Now we're really getting into horse racing, etc., and also final week of the NFL. A lot of lame duck games will be out there, that's for sure. And, of course, the National Championship for College Football on Monday. So there's a lot going on here at the South Point. We come to you live and direct from the South Point Studios here at the South Point in Las Vegas. Want everybody out there to do me a favor right now. If you have not subscribed yet to the South Point outlet on YouTube, do it. You go to YouTube. You put in South Point Studio. You get to us there. You can hear us and see us on there. And there's a little icon there that says subscribe. It is free, cost you nothing. We'd like to get all of our people who are watching and listening now to subscribe if you haven't. So do us that favor, all right? And, of course, we cover the world through many different other platforms like our radio station, our simulcast station here in Las Vegas, Sports Talk 1400 AM, 107.1 FM. And, of course, your iPhone, your Android, you can get your KSHP app so you can hear us now on your devices. And certainly anywhere you get your podcasting as well. And, of course, all of the Race Day websites, racedaylasvegas.com, .vegas.world.global. Got it all. We stream on that as well. So however, wherever, whenever you get us, welcome to this Friday show coming to you from a very cold Las Vegas, Nevada. It's going to get cold. As a matter of fact, coming up this week, it will be below freezing overnight in a lot of parts of Las Vegas, including, of course, the outer areas as well. Right now here in Las Vegas, with about 10 minutes after 7 a.m., it's 38 degrees. Okay, so you need more than a sweater. Now you need a coat and maybe a scarf, etc., for sure to stay out there. It's going to get windy too, which means you're going to get a wind chill going on here in a couple of days in Las Vegas. Just in case all you folks out there are getting ready to come into Vegas to spend a little weekend here, that's what our weather is going to be like. As a matter of fact, on Sunday, we're not going to get to 50. Our high is going to be 49 with a little wind here on Sunday as well. Now, as far as across the country, well, it's pretty clear. It's clear on the West Coast. It's clear so far on the East Coast, except for there's a storm that's moving its way through the Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas area. I understand that John Lendo has something for us on Arkansas in just a moment when I introduce him here. But that storm is going to be making its way through to the East Coast. And New York is expected to get won't get snow, but it might get rain over the weekend. We'll get Jonathan Hardoon's latest when he reports with us as far as upstate New York, that's for sure. But there is a storm moving through there. But right now it looks like it's pretty good conditions. Now, I want to introduce one of our handicappers, the man who does the Lindo Report right here at the South Point each and every day at the Racebook here. He's in studio with us today. John Lendo, good morning, my man.
Good morning, Ralph. It's great to be out here. I'm looking forward to this. The Cowboys were here last time I was here.
Yeah, that's right.
I guess the rodeo's moved on, but right. We got a lot of other things going on.
Yeah, cold out there, isn't it?
Oh, it's nice, but it's fast and firm in the Racebook.
That's right. It sure is, and it's nice and warm in the Racebook, too. Get a nice cup of hot cocoa maybe or something. John, you have you saw a tweet from Mr. Dinnerman, who is the announcer over at Oaklawn, about the weather there today?
Yeah, Matt Dinnerman, who used to be the track announcer at Golden Gate, now doing Oaklawn Park. He sent out on X or Twitter, or whatever you want to call it, a picture from where he lives out there, and there's snow right now. It looks like snow flurries coming down. So we'll kind of monitor what's going on at Oaklawn Park today. They don't use any chemicals in the track because it's in a national park, so there's nothing they can do to keep it from freezing and stuff. So we'll monitor what happens today at Oaklawn.
So he can't use chemicals at a national park.
No.
But they can find cocaine in the White House.
I'm not going there.
I just don't understand. Okay, anyhow. But the chemical seems to work just fine at Aqueduct. I mean, it does help that racetrack out a lot.
Yeah, but it's just the rules of the game, and it's been that way a long time. That's why in January or February, there will be a day or two where that track will freeze over when it's so cold, and they won't be able to train and they won't race. But, right now, some snow flurries, but we'll see. I mean, it didn't look too bad.
Okay, now that I have you in studio, a couple of questions. I know that we had a couple of new jockeys in Southern California right on Sunday, and of course we'll be watching the new influx in jockeys. But Drayden Van Dyke, I've had a couple of people ask me, and I know you got a tweet request or two about Drayden Van Dyke, just kind of like slipped away. We know he didn't get hurt, and we know he didn't ride anywhere else. What's the deal?
I didn't know what happened to him, and it was great that Steve Anderson at Daily Racing Forum put out an article. Apparently, Drayden just took a couple months off, just get a break, get away from all this stuff, kind of recharge his batteries. He hadn't taken a break, I think, since he was an apprentice. So he is about ready to come back. He's doing well according to the article, and so that's what it was. I thought when I was asked that question, it was during the Los Alamitos meet. I thought, well, maybe he's just taking off. Los Alamitos, But expect to see Drayden Van Dyke's name back in the entries very soon.
Kyle Frey did that.
Yes, he did.
Right, I think
during
Del Mar, right? And he came back at Los Al, and he's, it really helped him out.
He's riding great. And, I got a chance to talk to him. His attitude's great. He said it was the best thing for him. He spent a little time with the family, just got away from this stuff. And, it's a year-long game now, so you need a break once in a while.
Maybe he talked to Drayden and advised him to do that, but we'll wait and see when Drayden comes back, that's for sure. And of course, we have the Pegasus World Cup invitees. We got the Pegasus World Cup Turf invitees, and we got the Pegasus World Cup Philly Mare Turf invitees. And the one that's conspicuously missing as far as the turf is concerned is Master of the Seas.
Right. He's based in Europe, and he made the invitation list, and they weren't sure,
Yeah.
but I guess they were in contact with the Godolphin connections overseas. He will not be coming over for the Pegasus Turf, so he might be back in the United States later this year. And you know, with the Breeders' Cup at Del Mar, how well Charlie Appleby's done
Sure.
down there. I would expect to see him back in the United States later
And
on.
he's one of the top contenders for the Eclipse Award in that division for last year, too.
Well, God, he won the mile from post 14. That was an incredible run.
Not only did he win the mile, but how he did it. The stretch run in the mile looked like everybody else had turned to stone, and he just went right by them all. I mean, it was amazing the acceleration he had to get there.
And those weren't bad horses he was running down.
No, they
he
were
ran down a
horses.
stablemate Maj, who we know is a really good horse,
Yeah.
and from post he was wide every step of the way, and he got it done anyway. Spectacular performance.
Yeah, no kidding. That was a great deal there. All right, Umberto Rispoli got a 4-day suspension. This has nothing to do with Heisa now. He's got a 4-day suspension for a riding infraction, but 4 days instead of 3.
Right. He appealed it, and the appeal was denied, so he'll start serving the 4 days tomorrow, Saturday. The problem that I see with this, Ralph, is that we only race 3 days a week now.
Yeah.
So for a regular riding infraction, it wasn't something awful.
Over a week.
He's going to have to sit out over a week.
Yeah.
And I think that's a little strong, and I don't blame Rispoli for appealing that, trying to get that time reduction in the time.
Yeah. It was denied, though, so he's going to have to sit down for the 4 days.
We'll bring him out here.
Yeah. He can hang in with us. I mean, we got so many Goombas here, me and all the other guys around here. Vinny,
right, his last name ends in a vowel,
sure,
so he's okay.
He'll be okay here. In any case, one last note from Southern California. Trainer Brendan Galvin, who's been training in Northern California, is transferring to Southern California. I guess when they decided to close down Golden Gate, the people running those two racetracks, the ownership, were hoping that this would happen with a lot of the trainers up there. And this guy's got 25 heads, so that was the first good news, I think.
Well, he was planning to come down after Golden Gate was closing in June, but the purse reductions kind of moved forward his timeline, I think. He is the former assistant to trainer Bill Morey, who's now back east. He was Bill Morey's assistant here. So he's from a barn that knows how to win races. He'll bring his horses down, I think, January the 16th. Not all of them are coming down because not all of them fit Southern California. So I don't know how many are coming down. But if you see that name, Brendan Galvin, he's from Northern California, and we'll see how these horses, as they come in, how they fit in the Southern California circuit.
Right. That's going to be the important thing to make this all happen is how these horses who are racing at a little bit lesser level in Northern California can fit into the condition book in Southern California. And I was talking with a couple of friends the other day, and I said, I think maybe, I don't know if Santa Anita will go for this, but I think that maybe the best thing, the thing that would help out would be Santa Anita running its meet Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and run a meet on Wednesday and Thursday that would fit the Golden Gate horses. So now you've got 5 days a week again, and the people that race at Golden Gate that fit into that sequence and the horses in the competition there will have a chance to run. And with simulcasting, people in Northern California are going to be betting them just the same, and so will we in Southern California and here in Las Vegas.
Well, it makes sense, but I think the hardest part for the horsemen up there is the cost of living down here and the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
I mean, the day rates are much higher in Southern California. The workman's comp, even though it's the same state, the workman's compensation fees are higher in Southern California than Northern California.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot they have to overcome. And can they bring horses down running at certain levels? Now, Santa Anita's changed the condition book a little bit. There are a couple lesser quality races to try and help those horses out coming down. But I don't know if they have enough to make a full day or two of races for Northern California horses.
Well, we'll wait and see, that's for sure. But I guess that's kind of good news for Southern California, beef up the population a little bit for horses.
Whatever we can do to get horses in Southern California, we need them badly.
Yeah, because the fields are kind of short today.
Yes, they are. Yeah. Well, again, we talked yesterday on the show.
Yeah.
There was no training Wednesday. We had a little light rain. It wasn't bad. Weather was fine yesterday, but because they closed the track Wednesday, joggers only yesterday. So trying to come into the races this weekend, it's not the perfect scenario to get ready to run.
And not only that, more than that, being fit to run.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyhow, glad to see John Lendo with us, and he will be with us for the entire weekend, I understand. And Jonathan Hardoon is standing by. I'm sure he wants to ask a question or two. So we're going to go to our first break, and when we come back, we'll get you the racing menu. And, of course, Jonathan Hardoon along with us, along with Rich Ang and Jerry Jackwitz as well. So don't go away. It is finally Friday again, and this is the Race Day Las Vegas radio program coming to you live and direct from the South Point studio. Sign up, subscribe. We'll be right back.
Want to bet your favorite horse but can't make it to the race book? South Point Casino's Racebook has the answer. Come in and sign up for the Nevada Racebook mobile app. For just a $50 minimum deposit, you'll have the Racebook right at your fingertips, no matter where you are in Nevada. It's convenient, fun, and easy to use. When you do have time to visit, South Point Casino is the perfect place to be. Our Racebook is completely separate from the sportsbook and totally dedicated to the horse player. With 52 overhead TVs, free Wi-Fi, and cocktail service. Bring your tablet or smartphone and plug into the USB ports to look up your favorite handicapping website without draining your battery. Want to wager from your seat? No problem with our IPTs. Just sign up, make a deposit, and you're off to the races. Plus, you'll earn points for dining, hotel, movies, entertainment, and the spa just by using the club card when wagering. Whether you want to come in or play from the comfort of your home, South Point Casino's Racebook has you covered.
Alrighty, back on Race Day Las Vegas. Time to get you your racing menu for today, reminding you that the first post times we broadcast on this menu each and every racing day reflects that of the Pacific time zone. Because we're in the Pacific time zone, this is Race Day Las Vegas. We are in Las Vegas, and these will be the first post times to roll out right in the race book right behind us today. So if you're in the Pacific time zone, these are your post times. Everybody else listening out there, with all the multitude of platforms that we have, including here at the South Point studio at YouTube. If you're not in the Pacific time zone, adjust to it from wherever you're at so you don't miss anything. Like I miss Mom and Dad, okay? Here we go. We begin the menu with Gulfstream Park. Gulfstream Park's got 9 races today. Their first post time is 9:10. Gulfstream Park's Pick 6 Jackpot Carryover, $76,135. First post time at Gulfstream, 9:10. All right, Laurel Park is next. Laurel Park has 9 races. Their first post time at Laurel Park is set at 9:25. 9:25 at Laurel today for their 9-race card. Then next comes Tampa Bay Downs. Tampa Bay Downs has a first post time of 9:35 for 9 races. Tampa Bay has a Pick 6 Jackpot Carryover, $6,271. That's Tampa Bay's Pick 6 Jackpot Carryover. First post time is 9:35 for their 9-race card. Aqueduct, the big A in New York, is next. Now, the Aqueduct website says it's sunny and 30 degrees right now at Aqueduct, and the track is fast. But we'll wait and see how that weather might change as the storm makes its way to the East Coast. Aqueduct has 8 races today, no stakes race. First post time at Aqueduct is 9:50. 9:50 for the first post at Aqueduct. Oak Lawn Park, where you heard John Lindo say, and the track announcer there tweet out, a nice picture of snowing at Oak Lawn. So it was snowing at Oak Lawn. We don't know how long it's going to last there. 9 races today at Oak Lawn Park, and a first post time of 10:30. 10:30 first post at Oak Lawn. Sunland Park is back on the menu here in Las Vegas. Sunland Park has 9 races. They got a couple of $100,000 stakes races today. The New Mexico State Racing Commission Stakes is the 7th on the card at 5.5 furlongs, where 7 go to the post, and the 9-5 favorite there is Caprina. Then the 8th race will be the KLAQ Stakes. The KLAQ Stakes for $65,000. is at 5 furlongs. 11 go to the post in that one. And the favorite, wide open race, too. The favorite at 4-1 is Prayer of Jebsy. Okay, first post time at Sunland, 11:25 for their 9-race card at Sunland Park today. All right, then we go to Santa Anita. Santa Anita's first post time is 12 high noon. 12 high noon is first post at Santa Anita. They have 9 races there today. And again, first post time is 12 noon at Santa Anita today. Golden Gate has 8 races in Northern California. Golden Gate has a super high 5 carryover of $3,612. It's not a jackpot, regular super high 5 carryover, $3,612 at Golden Gate today for their super high 5 carryover. Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $2,332. $2,332 in the Pick 6 jackpot carryover. Golden Gate first post time for their 8 races is at 12:45. Turfway Park, super high 5 carryover there today, $3,039. $3,039 for the super high 5 carryover at Turfway Park. Post time for the 9 races there is $255 at Turfway today, and they got full fields there, man. They're getting horses. All right, Delta Downs has 9 races. They got a couple of $75,000 stakes races. The Samstown goes as the 2nd. The Orleans goes as the 8th. 9 races at Delta. First post time, 3:05. And then we wrap it up with Charlestown. Charlestown races. Pick 6 jackpot carryover, $3,152. 8 races at Charlestown in a first post time of 4 p.m. Pacific. And that is your racing menu for today. All righty. Time to go to Jonathan Hardoon standing by. Jonathan, good morning.
Good morning, Ralph. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I got John Lindo right here. It's a good time.
I know. I heard. That's great. The team is back.
Yes, they are.
We got to get you out here, John.
That's right.
That's it.
The seminar, the South Coast Seminar team is here now.
It's coming up.
Jonathan.
Only 5 months away, but it's coming up.
That's right.
The Derby.
That's right. We're already starting to look at the Derby, so don't worry about that. 7th race yesterday at Aqueduct, your horse got scratched.
What could I do?
Hey.
You got scratched.
And, your horse got scratched, and the winner of the race paid $2.80, so no big deal on that one, right?
It's amazing. It was a 6-horse field or something, or a 7-horse field, and they had 3 late scratches down to a field of 4.
Yeah, that's what happened there yesterday. That's for sure. Pick 6 paid $7,323.50. So I guess the highest priced winner of the day came in the first race at $24.60, and everything else was pretty close to the vest. But today, Aqueduct, they say the track is fast and it's sunny.
It is. But, let's talk about it tomorrow when the storm's supposed to come through. Supposedly, it's going to miss New York or Long Island, where Aqueduct is, and upstate New York, Saratoga, they're going to get slammed. All around New York is going to get slammed. It may miss. They say they're expecting rain, so let's see what happens.
All right. Now, that, of course, is at Aqueduct today, so that might change. What about you're in upstate New York, and I understand you're going to get the snow, right?
Yeah, we're supposed to get 8 to 10 inches, so I'll be leaving here shortly and heading back to Aqueduct.
I see. Okay. In any case, you got 4 sheets out today. You've got Aqueduct, Gulfstream, Oaklawn, and Santa Anita. I wanted to ask you a little bit about the Jerome, because the Jerome is coming up, and that race there, the Jerome is a race that's going to hold some Kentucky Derby points, 10. It's not a I don't think it's not a greatest stakes race, but it has 10 points.
It does. It has 10 points, and it's a short field, and the big favorite in there will be the rail horse, Drum Roll Please, and he's in a good spot. There's some cheap speed in there, and he drew the rail. It's going to be probably 4 to 5 or shorter, and he is the most likely winner of the race. All
righty, and your man Brad Cox got so many 3-year-olds going on right now. And he's got to keep them separated. Where do we see some of his horses?
He's all over the place.
Yeah.
He trains Drum Roll Please, by the way, who's running tomorrow.
All right, so we're going to start out with Drum Roll Please on Saturday, tomorrow at Aqueduct. John, you got any questions you got for Jonathan now that he's here?
Well, John, looking at the weather, it looks like we're going to get that weather, and will it be there all weekend in New York?
It's not supposed to start till late in the afternoon tomorrow, so We could be safe. Sunday may be in jeopardy, but again, only rain at this point, but it could change because the snow is right on the line there.
All righty. Well, you want to get to work and get us some horses?
All right, let's go to Aqueduct first and look at the 5th race today. This is a mile on the main track, and I like the number 2 horse in here, Goldini. This is a 6-year-old gelding from the Rudy Rodriguez barn. He ran a big figure 2 starts back. Last time out, he reacted. He's drawn inside. He should get a great trip in here. 7-2 on the morning line. Ruben Silvera aboard to ride. I like number 2, Goldini, to win today's 5th race out at Aqueduct.
All right, 5th race at Aqueduct, number 2, Goldini. Goldini, the 2 in the 5th race. That, of course, anchors the early pick 4 and early pick 5 at the Big A today. All right, next.
Let's go to race 5 at Gulfstream. This is a mile on the turf, and I really like the number 5 horse in here, Good Governance. This is an 8-year-old from the Anna Navarrete barn. Rider switch today to Jose Ortiz. This horse has been all over the country. He's been at Monmouth, Saratoga, Aqueduct, Indiana Downs, and last time out at Turfway Park. Well, he ships back to Gulfstream today where he's run well in the past. I like the rider switch. I like the drop in company. No one's claiming an 8-year-old. This horse is listed at 6-1 on the morning line. Number 5, Good Governance, is a pick 5 single in today's 5th race.
Well, that's a goodie there. In the 5th race at Gulfstream, the 5, Good Governance, Jose Ortiz aboard. The 5 in the 5th race, easy to remember there. That's the anchor in the early pick 5, early pick 4. And like Jonathan said, it's a singleton to him in the pick 5, that's for sure. Now, don't forget, folks, hardworking Jonathan Hardoon has 4 complete sheets today. Gulfstream, Oaklawn, Santa Anita, and Aqueduct. So make sure you get them there. Jonathan, do you have any questions for John?
No, we're good.
Okay.
I was happy to see him, and I was happy to listen to him. And I don't know why they canceled works yesterday at Santa Anita, but I guess they do. And must be very tough to train there if you have horses coming up for races and they're not letting you train. That can't be good.
No, and that, and not having a strict and constant training, program for horses can lead to injuries as well.
There's no science to their madness, Ralph. If the rain comes, okay, you cancel training, but you don't cancel it without there being a problem. It just doesn't make any sense.
Enough said, Jonathan. Thank you so much, my man. Talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you, Ralph. Stay safe and be well.
All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow. Before we go to a break, I did want to ask you, John, because I didn't get around to this when it happened a couple of days ago because we were busy. Shecky Green.
Oh, yes.
Shecky Green passed away. He was iconic in this town, not only for his performances on stage. I mean, the guy started performing here, I think, in I wrote it down here somewhere, in 1950, where is that? That page is stuck. 1954. He started entertaining here in Vegas. So 6 decades he was here. He opened up for guys like Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, et cetera, and as a headliner himself. But the good thing about Shecky Green was he was a horse player. He loved horse playing.
Absolutely. He loved it. He played all the time with my late friend Hank Goldberg, who retired out here to Las Vegas. They would play together the races.
Yeah.
They named a horse after Shecky Green.
Ran in the Derby.
Shecky Green, the horse, ran in the Derby. He was a really good sprinter who was out of his element in the Kentucky Derby, but he was a good horse.
Well, he set the first quarter mile. He went by those Twin Spires the first time in front. The year he was in the Kentucky Derby, he went right out to the lead.
Shecky heard his name a few times in Kentucky. Yes, he did.
That's right. I'll tell you a quick story, and then we got to go. A quick story. Here at the South Point, I'm sitting down playing the races with Pat McQuiggan, who's also in the big racetrack in the sky now, unfortunately for us. But I was sitting there, and it wasn't on a big day, so we were in the front row sitting around talking and betting a few horses. And guy behind me started doing a race call. And so I didn't think of nothing. And then come the next race, he started doing a race call again. The guy's behind. So I said, you hear this guy? I mean, we're trying to watch the race, and he's doing the race call, etc. So I turned around to say something. I mean, could you tone it down? We'd like to hear that. And it was Shecky. He was barbing us. He was waiting to see how long it took us to turn around and tell him to shut up. But that's the kind of guy. He was a great guy.
Oh,
Really
he was at home in a race book.
Yes.
Absolutely loved it.
We miss you, Shucky, that's for sure. But we know you're having a lot of fun in the racetrack in the sky with a lot of other friends. Okay, now we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll continue with the Race Day show. So don't go away. We're going to, hopefully, we're going to have Rich Eng with us. And, of course, we have John Lindo right here with us as well. Jerry Jackowitz will join us a little bit later. Don't go away.
Born from the tragedy of 9/11, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation is committed to helping our nation's heroes and their families in their darkest hours. When a first responder or veteran doesn't return home and leaves behind a young family, Tunnel to Towers supports them. The foundation pays off their mortgages and lifts their financial burdens through their Gold Star Family Home Program and Fallen First Responder Home Program. Through their Smart Home Program, catastrophically injured veterans and first responders regain their independence with a mortgage-free home, specially adapted to meet their unique physical needs. Tunnel to Towers also provides housing assistance and services to our nation's homeless veterans through their Homeless Veteran Program. They are helping more than 2,000 in 2023 because no veteran should be living on the streets of the country they signed up to protect. Join Tunnel to Towers on its mission to do good and never forget 9/11 or the sacrifices made by our nation's heroes. Donate $11 a month at T2T.org. That's T2T.org.
Want to bet your favorite horse but can't make it to the race book? South Point Casino's Racebook has the answer. Come in and sign up for the Nevada Racebook mobile app. For just a $50 minimum deposit, you'll have the Racebook right at your fingertips, no matter where you are in Nevada. It's convenient, fun, and easy to use. When you do have time to visit, South Point Casino is the perfect place to be. Our Racebook is completely separate from the sportsbook and totally dedicated to the horse player. With 52 overhead TVs, free Wi-Fi, and cocktail service. Bring your tablet or smartphone and plug into the USB ports to look up your favorite handicapping website without draining your battery. Want to wager from your seat? No problem with our IPTs. Just sign up, make a deposit, and you're off to the races. Plus, you'll earn points for dining, hotel, movies, entertainment, and the spa just by using the club card when wagering. Whether you want to come in or play from the comfort of your home, South Point Casino's Racebook has you covered.
Alrighty, back on Race Day Las Vegas for this Friday. In studio with us, John Lindo, and right now coming through to us via his website is Rich Eng. Richie, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Ralph. Good morning, John. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Richie. Hey, by the way, Richie, I'm in California, so I have been having a lot of, for entertainment purposes, only winning wagers on your football plays during the bowl season. Congratulations! What a run you've had.
Hey, thank you very much. Since I moved out to Vegas 25 years ago, I've really spent a lot of time in the sports books as well as the race books, and I like handicapping, especially during the football season, and a little bit of basketball. And I don't bet hockey, guys. That's about the only thing I don't bet in the sports book. But one thing that I've really gotten interested in, if I can share with the listeners, is future book betting. And over the years, Ralph, I know we've discussed some of the situations I've been able to get myself into, and sometimes good, sometimes not so good. But it's very similar to the Kentucky Derby future books. You're trying to bet long term, but you're looking for value, and I find that to be a really good way to invest in trying to make some money.
Rich, I've got to ask John now. Entertainment purposes. Bets, so they owe you a lot of drinks somewhere along the line, or what's it?
I've got matchsticks all over my house.
All right. Yeah. Richie, this weekend is going to be a very difficult weekend to use the normal handicapping principles for football, because with the teams that are going into the playoffs and the ones that have already made the cut and are going to be in the playoffs and don't have anything to gain in winning or losing this final week in the football, there's a lot of the premier starters on these teams that are just going to take a rest. How do you handle that?
Well, there's a lot of angles in play. Obviously, there's a lot of teams still mathematically eligible to make the playoffs. Some a lot stronger position than others. But one of the things that we've learned over the years, Ralph, and it just makes common sense, is just because a football team needs to win a game doesn't mean that they are going to win a game. And a lot of teams that with no pressure, playing for pride, or maybe just on the outside looking in a little bit, they really play. I mean, the thing about professional sports, guys, is you hear experts in quote talking about teams tanking, whether it's football, hockey, basketball, whatever, for draft position. Well, when you think about it in terms of a professional athlete and also the coaches and the managers and things like that, none of these guys are tanking because their careers are on the line, and they're trying to play for the next contract. So when you think about teams tanking, it's maybe on a management level, but not on the player level.
Well, not only that, but the backups that get a chance to play on Sunday are looking for possible next steps as well, and are trying to help their resume, right?
Oh, absolutely, Ralph. Absolutely. For example, one of the games I like is tomorrow is the Pittsburgh Steelers game against the Ravens. It's game 467, 468. Now, the Ravens have already locked up the number one seed, so they're going to sit a lot of people, including quarterback Lamar Jackson. So Tyler Huntley is going to play.
Mm-hmm.
But the Steelers are still mathematically eligible, to possibly make the playoffs. They need to win the game, but they also need to have some other situations happen to propel them into the playoffs. But quite frankly, I like the Ravens. They're plus 4 points on the point spread. Huntley actually, believe it or not, made the Pro Bowl last year. I guess a lot of the starting quarterbacks opted out, but he played in the Pro Bowl against Derek Carr for the other conference. But, the thing about Harbaugh, and I heard this on another show, which made perfect sense. Harbaugh has one of the best win-loss and against the spread records in the exhibition season of any NFL coach. So, just the fact that he always coaches to win. He doesn't coach to come in second. So I think the plus 4 is a live bet with the Ravens, even though they don't need to win a game.
All right. Well, we will get your selections tomorrow, and of course on Sunday as well. I guess the only two games really on the docket that really mean something, that the winner is going to take an advantage and the loser won't, and that is, of course, the Bills and the Dolphins, and tomorrow the Texans and the Colts, right?
Well, those, among the games where teams really absolutely need to win, there's a lot on the line for both of those games, Ralph.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills are at the Dolphins. That's 455 against 456.
Yeah.
The team that wins that will win the Eastern Division, guarantee themselves the AFC East, guarantee themselves a home game in the first round of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And incredibly enough, with Buffalo, if they lose the game, there is a formula for them to miss the playoffs entirely. So obviously they have a lot to play for. Miami's really beat up. They've had quite a few injuries, so that game's real interesting. And then the other game you talked about was the Colts and the Houston Texans. The winner of that will make the playoffs, and the loser is out. So that essentially is a playoff game.
It is a playoff game, yeah, and that'll be on tomorrow at the night game at 5:15, Texans and Colts. All right, time to get a pick at Santa Anita. Get back to horsepower here.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm going to go more for a surest type winner. It was kind of short fields and find a big long shot or anything like that. But in the fifth race, I like the number 6 horse, Quarria Thunder. Peter Urton, he has a nice run. He had a nice year last year. He's had a nice run. Picks up Flavion Pratt. This horse has been nibbling twice, but I think this horse is set for a go. A single for me in the horizontal wagers. Number 6, Quarria Thunder, in the 5th race at Santa Anita.
It is the anchor race in both the early pick 5 and early pick 4, and of course it'll start the late pick 5 and be right in the pick. It's just a pivotal race, that's for sure. So in the 5th race, number 6, Quarria Thunder, the 6 in the 5th race is Richie's picks. Don't forget, you can get Richie's entire selections for today at Santa Anita right at the racedaylasvegas.com websites. Unless you have, tell him any more of the mythical bets that you might have, John, we'll let him go.
No, but I want to make sure on Sunday we get a play for the college football final on Monday because
we will, yeah.
I'm in town, so
Yeah.
I can actually put away the matchsticks and go to the sports book behind me.
We will. That's going to be a fun game, Michigan and Washington, that's for sure. But we'll save that for Sunday. Hey, thanks a lot, Rich.
Hey, thanks, Ralph. Good luck, everybody.
All right, we're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to go to John Lindo right there, and Jerry Jackowitz as well, so don't go away.
Want to bet your favorite horse but can't make it to the race book? South Point Casino's Racebook has the answer. Come in and sign up for the Nevada Racebook mobile app. For just a $50 minimum deposit, you'll have the Racebook right at your fingertips, no matter where you are in Nevada. It's convenient, fun, and easy to use. When you do have time to visit, South Point Casino is the perfect place to be. Our Racebook is completely separate from the sportsbook and totally dedicated to the horse player. With 52 overhead TVs, free Wi-Fi, and cocktail service. Bring your tablet or smartphone and plug into the USB ports to look up your favorite handicapping website without draining your battery. Want to wager from your seat? No problem with our IPTs. Just sign up, make a deposit, and you're off to the races. Plus, you'll earn points for dining, hotel, movies, entertainment, and the spa just by using the club card when wagering. Whether you want to come in or play from the comfort of your home, South Point Casino's Racebook has you covered.
The Race Day Las Vegas Show, the only exclusive daily local media racing information source in Las Vegas.
All righty, back on this Friday show to wrap it up. It's always a pleasure and always nice to have John Lindo here in studio with us, so we don't have to hook up with him on the satellite, that's for sure. So, again, good morning, John.
Hello again.
How you doing, my man? Now, we went through a lot of news at the top of the show from Southern California. One we left out that I wanted to get to was Eddie Truman. Eddie Truman has retired.
Yeah, Eddie's been a trainer in Southern California for over 50 years. Way back when he started out, he had two owners, Bud and Ann Parker.
Mm-hmm.
They did a lot of claiming. They had a horse named Bud Royale, who turned out to be a really nice horse. He was a half-brother to Tiz Now.
Yeah.
And Eddie's had a lot of good horses through the year. He just a good, solid horseman.
Yeah.
He decided to wrap it up. December 31 was his last day, so he's retired. He gets on his bike every day. He rides all over the place, and you won't meet a nicer man than Eddie Truman.
I know. I remember Eddie Truman in another lifetime when I was, riding, exercising and on the backstretch when I was a kid. And I remember Eddie then, and he was just a good guy.
He's the same guy now. Just as pleasant as can be. And I miss when horsemen like this leave the business because it's a better business with guys like him in it.
No question about that. Eddie, enjoy your retirement, and I'm sure he'll still be dabbling somewhere in horse racing. You can't let that go.
Once it's in your blood, it's hard to get out of it.
That's for sure. All right, John, normally I got to ask you for a horse, and I'm not going to change now.
Well, we can do that. Let's go to Santa Anita. I'll go to race number 8 today. In the 8th race of Santa Anita, number 7, Patron de Oro, went down to his nose at the start last time, lost all chance. Didn't run badly after that. The important thing, he has a very healthy work pattern coming out of that race. Slight drop in class. He's a big horse, so I like an outside post, number 7 for him. 3-1 on the morning line. If he breaks, he's going to be awful tough to beat here. So number 7, Patron de Oro, race number 8, Santa Anita.
All right, 8th race. I guess we could call that the feature today. You got 9 races. So in the 8th race, 6.5 furlong event, you like number 7, Patron de Oro, the 7 with Mr. Herrera aboard. This kid can ride a little, can't he?
Yeah, and he gets on a lot of horses in the morning, and he rides at Los Alamitos at night. So he's not a slacker.
He's a hard worker.
He works hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
He probably helps to keep the weight down, too.
I think he can eat well because he's a busy man.
All right, 8th race, the 7, Patron de Oro. The 7 and the 8th is John Lindo's pick. Now, I want to remind everybody out there that this man's Lindo report that's available every Southern California racing day and bonus days on other days when the Southern California racing is kind of light, is available right now in the South Point Race Book only here in your gaming capital. The Lindo Report, comprehensive, selections in all the races, plus the suggested late pick 4, and all that goody information that we were talking about. It's all in one comprehensive sheet. It is available here at the South Point only, and it is free of charge, complimentary to you, because they love horse players here. And John Lindo's report as well. John, a couple of other quick notes. Rosario back?
Joel Rosario returns to Santa Anita. He'll be riding the meet here now. He had a couple of days of suspension from a Saudi Arabia ride, and then he was down at Oaklawn Park riding the Smarty Jones on Monday. So he is back here. He'll be here now on a regular basis, at least I think to the beginning of April.
Now, we already talked about Rispoli, so he's off for the week.
Well, he rides today, and he starts the 4-day suspension tomorrow. You won't see Edwin Maldonado today. He has one of those one-day whip suspensions. So, yeah, he gets to sit and watch, but he's off to a good start at the meet.
All right. Now, usually when we have the beginning of the week in Southern California, you update the jockey and trainer. So what's the deal?
Juan Hernandez is your leading rider. That's no surprise. He's got 8 winners, and then Antonio Fresu, Edwin Maldonado, and Umberto Rispoli, they're all tied with 6 winners.
Okay.
As far as the trainers go, Mark Glad, he's off to a great start. I think he's 6 for 11 for the meet, so better than 50%.
Wow.
And then you have Bob Baffert and with 4 winners, and Richard Mandela with 3.
Glad he was doing good for most of the year last year too. I mean, he's getting hot.
Oh, the second half of the year, he has been rock solid.
All right. What about the favorites?
I'm surprised the favorites are winning only 34%. It seems like it's a higher number than that. I guess when the favorites do win, they've just been pummeled in the wagering. So 34% for favorites.
Yeah, you're right. You expect it to be high because you're seeing a lot of maybe $5 and $6 winners. But in those races, there's a horse that's maybe $4 to $5 that got beat.
Exactly. Yeah. So even if you're beating favorites, sometimes they're not paying a whole
lot. No, not at all. But you can find little nuggets there. And,
we're trying.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody get that Lindo report to get those nuggets there. All right, now we're going to wrap up our guests today and our handicappers with Jerry Jackowitz. So let's go right to Jerry.
Hey, good morning, Ralph and John.
Yeah, John's in studio here, Jerry.
Yeah, it's it's really good for me because I can actually hear you both talking. Normally, when John's at home, I hear you, Ralph, but I can't hear John. So it's nice to hear both of you talking.
It certainly is. That's for sure. Okay, give us what's the hat now this morning?
Oh, okay. So I went to Spain this past year, and I ended up in Seville. This is Sevilla. See the guitar, that's all from Seville.
Okay.
It's where I was thinking of a change of profession, going from professional handicapper to a flamenco dancer. But I got over.
You know what I think? That's bull.
I was going to say bullfighting.
Yeah, that's right. Bullfighting. That's exactly right. You go into bullfighting.
Bullfighting is not for me. Bullfighting's not for me. So that's what the hat is. It's from Seville.
All right. Now, your Power Pages today is set up for wet racetrack. Now, at Aqueduct, right. Well, Santa Anita's fast. But at Aqueduct now, their website posted fast racing conditions there. Yeah. What's the deal?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm being so confused by every different weather period. But my best weather spotter assured me 100% it was going to rain today at Aqueduct. So, and that's what the sort of the national forecast was saying. So I kind of went with it, and John Hardoon was telling us, it's going to be terrible. And so I don't know. So here's what you're going to do. If you get the Power Page, you're going to reverse engineer. If you see an M horse, you're going to take it down a point or so.
Okay. All right. You're going to there's something going on behind you there.
But, yeah, hold on. I got to get him in. My assistant.
All I can tell you, Jerry, is you really have to clean up your act. I mean, yesterday you give me forgiveness as the horse of the year. That's not going to happen. He's going to be 2-year-old of the year, but that's it. So
hey, wait a second.
Yeah,
I think a horse named Secretariat was horse of the year at 2 years old, wasn't?
But he's not. He's not Secretariat, and he's not horse of the year this year. I'm talking about this year.
Oh, I thought you meant you're voting for next year. Okay. I think Fearlessness should be the horse of the year.
Yeah, actually, it's not this year because it was the year of 2023. Let's get that correct so we don't get any emails. Okay. Anyhow, okay. So now is everything set? You got your T-shirt, you got your cap, you got your friend in the place, and everything's fine.
Everything's good.
Okay.
Yesterday, though, I do get a quick pass because my computer was gone from the fritz, and I had to have a whole new operating system put in.
By the way, we want to give you credit for a reverse play yesterday. Yesterday, your key horse ran second in the fifth race. You were beaten by a 1460 horse, and that the buck reverse exacta paid $16.40 for $1. And like you say, sometimes you're better off being a little wrong and still cashing, and that is one of the examples.
Oh, it was a great example. Yeah, it was a really, it was a good play. And again, that's the idea of a key horse, is to be able to beat the odds with the win a little bit and give yourself place protection. And sometimes the place protection turns out to another win bet. So
now, on the website at NYRA, they've got two horses with changes, equipment changes that are a little bit. One horse is the 7-horse Asalerina in the 8th race. The 7-horse is going to wear a cheek piece again.
Okay.
Do you know what? Can you explain to the folks what a cheek piece is?
Yeah, I think John would be a better.
All right. We're going to get.
I think it's a form of a blinker that's very small.
As opposed to a horse wearing the hood with a blinker.
Yeah,
it's put on the side of the bridle, and it does the same effect in that it kind of keeps their focus ahead, but it doesn't put on there. Maybe they don't like wearing the hood, but it's a way to try and help them focus and keep their eyes going forward.
All right, now there's another horse, a Willoway, the 8-horse in the 7th race, going to wear a mask again. A mask. Is he trying not to get COVID, or what's the deal here? John, mask?
I have no clue.
You have no mask? What the mask is?
It could be the fact maybe he's wearing earmuffs on the mask and no blinker.
Probably, they put that thing over the ear, but it might be another horse trying to get in on Scott. But he's got a tattoo, so it won't work.
Unless he's trying to rob somebody.
Yeah,
I don't
smash
think.
And grab later in the day. Yeah.
All right.
Well, there it is. There it's the heist.
It's the heist angle. All right. Anyhow, now back to serious stuff. Give us a couple of horses.
Okay, let's go to race number 4 today at Aqueduct for our first play. 4-1, we have Jester's Song. That's the 8-horse in the 4th race. It's really a horse, a gelding that they found a good rhythm for him in terms of spacing his races. I think this works. The class drop is just about right. He did well at 25. I think today we can expect a bigger run. From the outside, I like the 8 over the 2-5-9, small reverses, but the 8, Jester's Song in race 4.
All right, 4th race, the 8 over 2-5-9 in reverse, $2 ROI in the 8 in the 4th race. And now we'll go to Santa Anita.
Yes, we will. We're going to go to race number 7 here. And boy, Palios Princess really pops off the page for me. I think she's just a lot faster than these. Had a race on the dirt, which we'll just toss out because she can't run on the dirt, but she sure is good on the turf. I like the 9 in race number 7 a whole lot. It's 7-2 in the morning line. I might go down to 2-1 or even 8-5 here. I like the 9 over the 3-4-5. Do my reverses again. 3-4-5 over the 9, but the 9, Helios Princess, is a true feature play and pop out key.
All right, the 9 in the 7th race, 3, 4, 5 are the link-ups. 9 first and second there, Palios Princess in the 7th. And our handicappers gave us sequentially 3 out of the late pick 5 races. In the 5th race, we'll single the 6th. 6th race, we'll take an all. That's only 6 horses there. 7th race, we're going to take your 9. 8th race, we're going to take John Lindo 7. And in the 9th race, we might have to take all there, and there's 11 there. So it's a pretty economical ticket, considering that it's the late pick 5 and could pay really nice if these horses connect. And, of course, we get a nice kind of geek horse in the 2 all races. So we'll take a look at that as well. I want to remind everybody that your full power pages for Aqueduct and Santa Anita are available right now at jerrychasepowerpage.com. Would you like to ask Jerry any questions? And make it fast because his dog is in the back. His dog is hungry.
I don't think the dog liked his pick. I mean, the dog was not happy about that. So I want who's the dog like?
Yeah, maybe we ought to get the dog to start picking horses for us. But you're doing. No. We got to go, Jerry.
All right, here he is.
There he is. Okay, that's the culprit right there. All right, get him to start doing greyhound racing. Okay.
Roughly.
All right.
No, he likes the horses.
All right.
Who do you like today?
And
He'll pick a winner.
No. All right, knock it off. We got to get out of here. Anyhow, I want to thank John Leonard for being here in studio. He'll be back with us tomorrow, and I'm sure maybe Jerry and John and myself and everybody else will go on stage getting that little act going, whatever. Go ahead and say it, Jerry.
And smoking beer.
Go ahead and say it.
Have a great race day, everybody.